Welcome back to the Modeling and Wellbeing Podcast, where you can learn the ins and outs of modeling and also gain tips to better care for your holistic well being. This is a girl, Larissa, and this space is designed for us to learn, grow, and empower one another. So, Lego. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me add some love into it. Hey, y'all. I missed you. And I'm so excited to be back for the second season of the Modeling and Wellbeing Podcast. Look, I'm going to give all of you a warm welcome back to the podcast. I always like to say this is a tribe, this is a community. You are here because you really want to learn the ins and outs of modeling. And I'm so happy to share what I know. I am still learning, I'm still growing, but know that I got you. And I'm going to help you gain some tips to not only become an even more polished and professional model, but take care of you, to gain deeper self love and awareness, to improve your holistic well being. And so I am so excited for all that season two has to offer because we are really outside. We have a new mic, everyone. We got a new mic. The quality is improving here. We're outside with some actual guests this season. What else? And we're going to just keep dropping the model and well-being tea for all of you because that's why we're here. We're here to learn, to grow, to stretch ourselves, to be humble and say like, ooh, I got a lot of work to do, or I'm actually on the right track, right? So we are here to empower one another. I am here to help be a bridge to you. This space is all for you. Well, outside of that, I wanted to just share that I'm very humble and proud that the podcast has just been getting so many listens across multiple cities. And I'm so humbled by the opportunity to touch and help all of you reach your modeling and wellness goals. Any time that I get any sort of comment or anyone reaches out about like, hey, this episode really helped me with this, I like literally want to cry. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because sometimes when you're putting something out in the world, you're not really expecting, any kind of feedback. You're just doing it because you're passionate about it. And that's why I'm here. I'm passionate about helping all of you as much as I can and just sharing what I know. So, again, thank you so much for always coming into the space with an open mind, heart, ears to grow, to say, like, hey, Larissa, you're off about this. Look, I'm open to knowing what I need to do to improve. And just for the most part, just to continue to, again, love yourself deeper, to grow. So, my question for you is, are you ready for this heat? Are you ready to continue the conversation to improving yourself? And lastly, how you doing? Did you check in with yourself today? If not, let's breathe and take a mental note of what your body and mind needs. And make sure you go do that today. All right? Well, if you're not aware of my work, I know I talked a lot about that season one, episode one, but I'm a signed model and actress of a little over 6 years. I own a business called Healthy You LLC, where I offer modeling, DEI consulting, and also wellness coaching services, cater towards women of ages 18 to 35 who really want to deepen that self love. So, more to come on that. I'm really excited to talk more about my new adventure within that. But fun fact for you, December 31st of 2022 was the last day of my traditional 9 to 5 job. So scary. I led diversity and well-being for the entire organization. Although I love the job, my spirit has definitely been redirecting me to serve elsewhere, to lean deeper into my gifts and talents. I learned that things don't always have to be bad for us to change, right? Sometimes we just have that intuitive feeling to switch up life a little bit, get out of our comfort zone for a bigger purpose. Right now, as we speak, I am on that crazy faith journey to pursuing my passions and serving others. Again, it's so scary when you've been doing something for so long, getting consistent paychecks. Look, I'm gonna be real. I do miss that, but it's so exciting. And if you're on this path with me, I mean, let's connect. I'll be your partner in crime because at the end of the day, it's not easy. And if you're wanting to learn how to take that leap of faith, just hit me up as well. I'm again more than happy to connect and share with you on what things are looking like for me nowadays. Well, let's get into our topic today. We're going to kick off season 2 with skin, SKIN. Yes. Let's talk about skin and just specifically how you can just prep your beautiful skin before a photo shoot to just make sure that it's glowing the way that you want, or to try your best at least. But first, though, take a moment to look at yourself in the mirror. I want you to get up. I don't know if you got your headphones on, but get up, look in the mirror bathroom or in your room, grab your camera phone, and tell yourself out loud, damn, my skin is beautiful. Look, I don't care if you have hormonal breakouts like me, acne, eye bags, hyperpigmentation, or anything in between. Your skin is beautiful. And who cares if the camera picks up on all your pores and bumps? I mean, you're human. It doesn't make you less beautiful. And your skin always has a chance to get to the place that you want it to be. But at the end of the day, embrace how it is now because the present is so important. Embrace the present version of yourself. On the flip side, OMG. Sometimes it's like our pimples knows an important event or photo shoot is coming up and decides to make its way out into the world through our skin to say hello when it needs to go bye-bye. It's pretty embarrassing too, right? I mean, I've apologized to photographers and makeup artists in the past about crazy breakouts, but nowadays I'm like, hey, I did all that I could with my skin and I'm going to slay in the camera regardless. I mean, thank goodness for retouching and makeup, but of course, all that is not going to always, cover your blemishes and everything. So, if we can do anything that we can to help our photographers and makeup artists save time, maybe not doing too much retouching or covering up those dark marks, let's do what we can do in our control to get that skin glowing and healthy before a photo shoot. At the end of the day, like I always say, our brand is our body. So our body, our skin, it's so important that we're doing all that we can to just have it as healthy as possible. In the modeling industry, you're not always going to get an ideal week or maybe, I don't know, a few days before you may know that you're booked for a photo shoot through your agent, or maybe it's a TFP or collaborative photo shoot. I mean, as I'm going through these tips, just do your best at what you can do and again, can control leading up to your photo shoot, because sometimes you're going to find out that you're booked for something the day before or a few hours before or maybe a week before, which is good because, you have a little bit more time to prep. But also really try to, I would say, get to know your skin. Really be aware of what foods triggers it, what things might rub it the wrong way, what detergent, like all of those little details are so important. I'm going to go through 5. Let's see, is it 5 here? 1, 2, 3. Yes, 5 different tips of what you can do just to be skin ready for your photo shoots. And although, like I always say, I have my suggestions and things that I personally do from my personal experience that I'm going to share, add in your own favorite personal skin regimens at the end of the day. I mean, you know your skin best, so trust yourself, trust your body and your actions that will benefit your skin to look its best. Tip number 1, If you're not already active and don't normally eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, this is honestly a number one place to start with that skin glow on camera. Again, your body is your brand, and what we eat commonly shows up on our skin, in our hair, in our nails, all that. Leading up to your photo shoot, you want to just start to get some movement into your day, or continue working out. It could be as little as walking or intense as weightlifting. This will give you that natural energy for the photo shoot too. Similarly, I don't think that I need to preach too much to the choir about nutrition, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You need to eat your greens, eat those colorful fruits and veggies before your shoot, friends. These foods will be so impactful in how you're processing information, adds a vibrant and healthy color in your skin, and keeps your brain alert, which is always going to be a plus when you're on set for a photo shoot. Know that healthy foods work together for your body, like omega-3 fats that you can get from salmon, for example, reduces inflammation and provides essential nourishment to your skin. So, if you struggle like me with hormonal acne, I mainly get it around the jaw area, right? Um, a lot of that's triggered from inflammation. So, I'm going to do all that I can to try to keep that down with the foods. What's another example? Let's see. So, higher levels of antioxidants from dark green leaves, mixed greens, different salads. That's eating those are going to help fight free radicals that damage cells and accelerates aging of the skin. And lastly, berries are really rich in vitamin C, produces collagen and reduces easy bruising. Season 1, episode 9, I also dropped some additional gems in there about nutrition and fitness for you, so you definitely want to check that out as well. Tip number 2, water. WATR. I'm not only talking about the water you drink. we're gonna twist it up here. You should be drinking your water, right? Always keeping your skin and body hydrated, because our body is made up of about 60% of that water, and your skin is your biggest organ on your body. But I want to spend some time talking about the water that comes out of your faucet. Yes, your faucet. Do you know that your skin's breakouts or roughness could be based on if you have soft or hard water? I mean, you may be aware of all this, but hard water is usually made up of excessive calcium and magnesium that could become harsh chemicals, impacting your skin's texture and quality. So sometimes when you get out the shower, you might feel just a little rough. Maybe you have hard water. On the other hand, soft water is mostly free of those things. So it's basically the opposite. When you hop out the shower, your skin might feel a little bit more hydrated, not as dry or rough. Depending on your state's country, or I guess not country, county, sometimes you may or may not have a good water softener system, depending on where you're living, that will keep some of those chemicals out. And again, you will know if you have soft or hard water based on how your skin feels when you're hopping out the water. And just pay attention to those things. Also, I mean, if you grew up in an area where it's like soft or hard water, your body may just be adjusted to it, so you may not even know the difference. But I'm going to personally share an experience when I moved from Minneapolis to Atlanta. And within 3 months of my move, my chest, my back broke out bad, my face, oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing. And I just couldn't figure out like why. After cleaning my diet, after working out more consistently, I was still having so many skin issues. I realized that in Minneapolis, we have soft water, and in Atlanta, the water is harder, which was triggering my breakouts. So I did some research and found that I was not the only one who has had these issues before or currently had it at the time. And I ended up buying a really, really effective water filter to soften my water in my shower on Amazon that costed like $40. Comes with 3 filters that you swap out, just within 6 to 8 months. So really good investment. I dropped the link in the filter in the bio section of this podcast if you want to check it out. But it has made all the difference in my skin. So if you're having tons of breakouts, consider a filter to soften your water, which could be helpful in preventing or slowing down those breakouts. Leading up to your photo shoot, if you don't have time to buy a water filter, obviously it's going to take some time for you to actually see a difference in your skin. Or maybe if it's out of your budget, an alternative route would be to wash your face with bottled water. I had to do that for a couple weeks before the water filter came, but that might be helpful in just washing your face with cleaner water as well, leading up to your photo shoot, just to kind of slow down any of those breakouts. Tip number 3, I would recommend to do a face mask a couple days before or maybe a week before your photo shoot, just to get that inflammation down. Maybe, depending on the mask, if you're trying something new, you definitely don't want to try a mask you've never tried before and have some, crazy different reaction. So maybe a week before, having some sort of mask, consider a clay mask or a mask with oats. Those are usually a little bit more hydrating, something to add some moisture into your skin so it's not super dry. Also, eye masks are so nice. I mean, you can get that skin nice and prepped underneath the eye too. We definitely don't want to ignore that. Again, choose a face mask based on what's best for your skin type. Again, you know your skin best. My skin always needs just a little extra moisture. And so what works for me now is literally the face masks at Target. I could do better. I know. But those work for me right now. I live in a drier climate now compared to Minnesota. So I just need as much water and moisture as I can get. This doesn't have to be hard or expensive either. I at Target buy the Cooling Avocado Clay Mask by K Bella brand for like $2 that could last me up to 2 to 3 face masks, which I do like once a week. And I typically don't use a super thick layer, just enough to cover the skin. I've also used their aloe vera face masks, which is really nice and great for sensitive skin. I love that their stuff is vegan friendly. My skin is so sensitive sometimes. So like those strong scents would be very irritating. So yeah, just kind of, again, think about all that stuff for you. I dropped the Target link to the variety of the face masks by K Bella for you in the bio as well. And if you're on some, I'm not doing all that, or I don't know how, you can always book a facial with a trusted esthetician who literally knows what they're doing. However, I found that whenever I go to get facials, my skin is at its best about a week after my appointment, because if you're doing things like extractions where they're popping your pimples or getting out all the gook out of your pores, you more likely will see some inflammation or redness the day after your appointment. So you really want to get that skin to be settled into its glow before the photo shoot. We don't need you on set looking all puffy and pink in front of the camera. Now we're on tip 4. Now, say you actually have, that little stubborn pimple before your photo shoot. At this point, it's like a pimple emergency. What do? A face mask might help keep it down, but you're going to need something a little stronger than that to get rid of that pimple or keep it down. Behold, I have just learned about, I don't know how to say this, the hydrocolloid gel bandages and pimple patches. I never thought these things worked. And once I continued to hear confirmation from other models and actresses that these actually work for them and their pimples, whether it's zapping them right away or like getting that inflammation down, it actually works for them, and it made me really motivated. So I started watching YouTube videos and actually saw some pretty amazing testimonials. And I'm like, I'm going to try this. So I tried it and I really liked it. Sometimes, depending on how big your pimple is, you might have to use it, a couple times back to back. Again, I struggle with hormonal acne, so sometimes I could have cyst acne. So I would say these bandages really work best when you can actually see the white head coming out, but anything's gonna help. Keep that down as much as possible. So that's a really good solution. When you wear these, you want to wear them like 8 hours at a time. So you want to wear them overnight. That's period. Just the most highly recommended thing to do before you go to bed. Cut them in the size of your pimple, put them on in the morning, boom, slowly peel them off. And then you should see some of that goo from the pimple come out as you're peeling the bandage off as well. It's kind of cool. It kind of cleans out your pores as well. So you should see some of that inflammation decreased. If you try this, let me know. I really want to know if it's going to work for you as well. But again, I'm going to drop the link of those gel bandages for you to try as well and to check them out. I feel like I should just be, I mean, I'm like a ambassador right now, Loki. We have a lot of links today. I want to hook you up as much as possible. So there's other similar brands or things that will zap some of those pimples too. So definitely check those out. Do your research, knock yourselves out, and find out what is best for you. Last but not least, get your beauty rest. You're beautiful and your skin needs rest. Okay? There's nothing like looking energetic on camera inside out. Remember again that makeup will cover some of your bags, some of your skin issues, but it's not going to cover all of it. It's not going to cover all the lack of sleep showing up on your face. So getting a good night's rest is going to be very helpful. A very helpful practice for your skin, body, and entire existence of your photo shoot. It will reduce that puffiness and dark circles, under your eye. I was reading this blog and this photographer said, Photoshop is pretty awesome, but I can't edit it. I can't edit out a sleepy look from your eyes. I also found this really interesting article from the Sleep Foundation that shares some stats on sleep. 35.2% of adults in the US report sleeping on average less than 7 hours per night. Yeah, getting a good night's rest before a photo shoot will make all the difference. So make sure that you prep everything that you need again for your photo shoot the day before so that or maybe even a couple days before, just so that you don't need to get up super early the day of your shoot. I mean, this includes simple things as like laying out your outfit so that you can just make sure that you can get ready for your shoot as stress free as much as possible. And then that way you can just prioritize your 7 to 8 hours of sleep for your photo shoot the night before. I mean, I promise taking this approach will literally make all the difference in you both preparing for and showing up as best as you can for the photo shoot. Again, life happens. So if you're a moda, if you have other priorities or other things that you have happening, I mean, life happens. So just again, do your best. I will say too that just overall, your agent, your photographer, casting directors, other models, they trust you as a person, as a model to do your part to slay in front of the camera. Being a professional model comes with tons of details preparation, including your skin, your body health. That is the top priority as a model. Maybe just take a couple of these tips if you're not already doing it and apply them and just see how that makes a difference for you in the way that you're showing up in noticing your energy and the way that you feel with your skin, with your vibe, with your aura, with the way that you perform, your confidence and everything in front of the camera. You got this. And I hope that these were really helpful for you. Again, I'm also curious to know what other things you do to prep your skin. I'm always learning because our skin is like I don't know, it's just always it's always like blossoming into something new. It's like once we get a routine down, it's like, just kidding. I don't like this. I'm like, okay, seriously. So it's like always changing the routine, making sure that you get into the habit of caring for your skin just in general. Having a set face routine will be key to maintaining your skin long term and as you age. I mean, including having daily effective cleanser, a toner, a moisturizer, sunscreen that's best for your skin type, all of that. So, if we want to go deep into specific products and stuff, I'm more than happy to talk more about that. Just let me know. Well, those are all the tips that I have for you. And we are going to end our episode again with those affirmations together. I love reciting affirmations, it's so empowering. When we say it, we feel it, we believe it. And as a reminder, affirmations are designed to help you become aware of your personal strengths and values. When you are able to note your strengths, it can be a game changer for improving your self awareness and building confidence. So, repeat after me. My skin is flawless. I am booked, blessed, and beautiful. Mm. I love my body and skin as it is today. Yes, say it, claim it, live it. Well, thank you everyone so much for listening. Oh, I am extremely pumped for all that the season has to offer for all of you. And I definitely want to stay connected with you. I mean, I don't want to just talk at you. I want to talk with you, alongside of you. I want to have conversations. What missed the mark? What hit the mark? Outside of the podcast, I do share other fun tips on social media, such as runway skills. I mean, how to best walk in heels, different reels, and I'm trying to do better at TikTok. All of that stuff. So I will be dropping an episode here this season once a week. So do not forget to follow this podcast to stay alert on those new episodes, and just follow me on Instagram and TikTok as at Rissa Snugs, RISASNUGGS. So again, we can just continue the conversation here. Help me grow by also leaving a review, and just share some ideas and ways that you want me to help you continue blossoming into the best version of yourself, continue learning and growing in this space. With that, I am sending love and peace your way today. Thank you for your heart, mind, your ears, and I'm very grateful for you. Love you all. XOXO, and see you next time. Bye.